What if SpongeBob SquarePants isn't just a kid's cartoon, but a story inspired by real nuclear explosions? Beneath Bikini Bottom may lie a connection to Bikini Atoll, one of the most radioactive places in history. And once you see the clues hidden in plain sight, you won't watch this show the same way again. In 1946, the United States began nuclear testing at a remote Pacific island called Bikini Atoll. Massive atomic bombs were detonated above and below the ocean's surface. The explosions were powerful enough to vaporize ships, contaminate miles of water, and permanently alter the environment. Radiation flooded the sea. Marine life was exposed to unimaginable levels of contamination, and the area remained dangerous for years. Now, think about the name, Bikini Bottom, a fictional town located directly beneath the ocean. The similarity between Bikini Atoll and Bikini Bottom feels too precise to ignore. The creators never randomly choose names, especially not names connected to real historical events. So the question becomes, what if Bikini Bottom isn't just a clever pun, but a hidden reference? Radiation doesn't just destroy, it mutates. It alters DNA at the cellular level. In extreme cases, it can cause rapid evolutionary changes, deformities, abnormal growth, unexpected intelligence shifts. And while this sounds like science fiction, it's grounded in real-world biology. When organisms are exposed to extreme radiation, change is inevitable. In SpongeBob's world, sea creatures don't behave like animals. They speak fluently, they run businesses, they attend school, they form governments, they create technology. That level of complexity doesn't naturally exist in marine ecosystems. But what if it wasn't natural? What if it was accelerated evolution, triggered by radiation exposure beneath Bikini Atoll? Look at the architecture of Bikini Bottom. The buildings resemble human structures. Restaurants, police departments, boating schools, even the road systems mimic human cities. Why would underwater creatures replicate human society so precisely, unless they were influenced by human presence, human debris, human destruction left behind after nuclear testing? Now, focus on SpongeBob himself. He is relentlessly happy. No matter how chaotic the situation becomes, he remains optimistic, smiling, laughing, singing, almost disconnected from danger. That level of exaggerated positivity can sometimes signal psychological coping, a defense mechanism against a world that doesn't feel stable. What if SpongeBob was born after the radiation, raised in a mutated society that he never questioned? To him, this world is normal. The absurdity, the chaos, the destruction disguised as comedy. He doesn't see tragedy because he never knew what came before it. Then there's Squidward, constantly miserable, frustrated, emotionally exhausted. His sadness feels deeper than simple annoyance. It feels existential, almost as if he senses something wrong with his environment. What if Squidward represents a generation closer to the original disaster, a mind burdened by awareness? Mr. Krabs presents another clue. His obsession with money goes beyond greed. It borders on desperation. In post-disaster societies, scarcity creates survival-driven behavior. When resources are limited, financial control becomes security. What if Mr. Krabs hoards wealth because he fears collapse, because he remembers instability? And then we have the Krabby Patty secret formula, protected more intensely than military secrets. Plankton dedicates his entire existence to stealing it. Why? It's just a burger, right? But what if it isn't? What if the formula contains something more than flavor? Something stabilizing? Imagine a chemical compound hidden within the recipe, something that counteracts mutation side effects, something that keeps Bikini Bottom's residents functioning normally. Without it, perhaps the mutation would worsen. Perhaps society would deteriorate. Notice how rarely the human world above the ocean is shown. We almost never see interaction between Bikini Bottom and modern human civilization. It's as if the underwater city exists in isolation, forgotten, or deliberately separated. What if the area above Bikini Bottom is restricted, quarantined, military-controlled? After nuclear testing, certain zones remained off-limits for decades. Entire populations were relocated, entire regions labeled unsafe. What if Bikini Bottom sits beneath one of those forbidden zones? The show's bright animation may serve as distraction. Colorful backgrounds, silly sound effects, exaggerated humor. All of it masks the unsettling foundation beneath. Because when something is wrapped in comedy, we stop questioning it. Even the ocean's surface often appears empty or distorted when shown. No bustling ships, no active coastal cities nearby. Just open water, silence, isolation. That emptiness feels intentional. The characters themselves exhibit exaggerated traits, extreme greed, extreme sadness, extreme optimism. Radiation doesn't just mutate bodies, it can alter neurological function, emotional regulation, behavioral extremes. Bikini Bottom may not represent a thriving underwater paradise. It may represent adaptation after catastrophe. A society rebuilt from radiation-altered life forms, structured chaos disguised as innocence. Of course, this is still a theory. SpongeBob remains a beloved cartoon, but the parallels are difficult to ignore. The name, the setting, the historical timeline, the mutation-like behavior. Sometimes the darkest inspirations hide behind the brightest smiles. So next time you hear SpongeBob's laugh echo through Bikini Bottom, remember where that town might be located. Beneath Bikini Atoll, beneath decades of nuclear history, beneath the scars of atomic testing. Maybe it's just coincidence, or maybe it's a clever way of transforming something tragic into something entertaining. Either way, once you see the connection, it's impossible to unsee it.